Christians, and my brother Greg here. Appreciate the comment, brother. Now, my friend here says that if free will is given to you, but you have no option to reject it, then it's paradoxical. No argument from me there. The very essence of free will implies the capacity to choose, including the choice to choose or to reject. Here's where I have a couple of issues. My friend Greg here says that the very essence of free will implies the capacity to choose. I will grant that having a will does imply the capacity to choose. But the implication of the capacity to choose does not imply also that the will that chooses is free. So there's a difference between a will that is free and a will that is in bondage. So what has to be determined is, does the will that man have, is it in bondage or is it free? If it's free, it means that it is unbiased in all aspects. It means it can choose anything and it has no bias at all. However, if a will is in bondage, such as with sinners who are in bondage to sin, they have no capacity to freely choose what is righteous and what is holy. They can't do that. Also, it needs to be made clear this, that simply because there are choices put in front of you doesn't mean that your will is free. And this is what we're talking about, not whether or not man has the capacity to choose. Man has the capacity to choose. But if the will of man is made biased because of his nature, then he is going to choose what his nature demands, which means he is not unbiased. He is biased based on the constraints of his nature. So man does not have the ability to choose or to reject something. They will choose or reject that which is consistent with their nature, and they will always make the same choices. Now, I will say this, that a free will, men's wills are free in this regard. It is free within the confines of their nature. So as a sinner being a sinner by nature, will always choose freely amongst those things that are sinful. A righteous man will always desire to choose to do those things which are righteous and holy, if they are saved, if they know Jesus Christ. But make no mistake about it, your will cannot alter God's mind about you. No matter how much you think your will is free, your freedom of will does not determine how God chooses to see you. Be provoked and be persuaded.